Cause I'm about that. Cause I'm about that. I'm about that come up, running up on them fools and talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing the mic just like I ran and jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up front and on that kid with an attitude, but you can't really blame this motherfucker. It's doing what he had to do. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of carpets. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish what I started. I'm about that.
Top down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it. Want a man I can bring the drama, but it ain't by chance I'm fucking rapping. You don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rapping, call me starving. Yeah, y'all gotta ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. Homie, I'm about that.
Top down the night, you're not ready. We ride, about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down the night, you're not ready. We ride, about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the YSN Power Hour Monday edition here. It's DJ Yoakley, a few of my friends along the way that we've kind of gathered up on the choo-choo train that is YSN. Guys, as we do every day, we start off with the National Day, and today we had a few to pick from, but this one kind of stood out. It's National Boss Employee Exchange Day. All right, Dukes are up. Here we go. I'm going to let you guys have one shot and one shot only at the old boss. Michael, what do you got for me?
Hey, you're wearing the Steelers stuff, so I really can't take any shots at you today.
All right,
I'm not allowed.
I'll take it.
It's not allowed.
Billy's hiding.
Billy's probably trying to put on a brown stink t-shirt.
There it is. All right, Quinn, you're not very far away, so here we go. What do you got for National Boss Employee Exchange Day?
I got nothing until tomorrow.
Oh. And
Yeah, because you'll have negative room to talk.
Yeah, you're not going to have any room to talk at all tomorrow, so enjoy that. And ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. The Anthony Romo, the middle box as well. What do you got for me this week, Romo?
I just got to say, go Browns.
All right, that's good enough. And right next to him, his broadcast partner, the Towers of Power, the Twins of Winning. It is Jamie Thompson. What do you got, Jamie?
I mean, do I even have to say it? I'm wearing a Cowboy shirt instead of YSN shirt right now. So,
Damn it.
The Rams.
Who said the Rams?
Me.
Who whispered that? Say it with your chest. No,
The Rams.
Not with your chin. I told you that. You don't do that. Don't hang your chin out.
The Rams.
All right, Ty. We'll go back to Billy in a second. I know we're going to go with this. Ty, who you got?
Honestly, if I was I'm probably gonna hop on the boat with Jamie. I'd have to wait as long, but it was a pretty long wait to get my
You
pull
won
over,
it
dude.
for 320 days consecutively.
Yeah, I think I was already. I was on board. I think a little before Jamie was. I do remember.
No, Jamie is. This was year. Is this 2?
yeah,
I think so, yeah.
probably like 2.5 because I did basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. 2.5. Don't you dare talk about Jamie.
Yeah, man, I'm an OG guy.
I'm almost afraid for this one. Paul Munson, what do you got? I'm ready for him. I'm covering up because this is going to be a straight one in the face.
So I got my list here. No, I'm just kidding. Mine would be, I guess, that it all falls back onto my opportunity that I missed going to Florida State. I should have taken the opportunity there, and you know, wasn't pushed hard enough to say, "Hey, let's go, be a part of this." You know?
Wasn't pushed hard enough. All right.
Yeah.
Steve and I told you, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But if that's all you got, I think I'm doing
lifetime.
okay.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. All right, Billy, you get the last shot. Parting shot. National Boss Employee Exchange Day. What do you got for me?
I got nothing. You're my guy.
And Robert Switka, right on time, saying Billy McCartney is a Washington fan now. Is that true?
No, stupid.
Very cool. Well, guys, you know what day it is. It is Monday. That means that it's time to recap all the games that happened on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And something I thought we could start off with this week at least. We all have some apologies that we need to put out there to some teams that, one, when they maybe we bet against them or I guess picked against them. We don't really bet here, or lost.
We don't bet here. We do not bet
We
here.
don't bet here. So I will start off with the team apologies, and I will say my deepest apologies to Southern Local because they showed up against my Bulldogs in a very big way on Friday night, and it felt like every time that I looked down at my phone, there was an update of a score. So I apologize to Southern Local. They are the real deal, and they are starting to prove it. Once again, the Indians really taking it to another team, the EOAC, and looking to do it again this week. So going to be interesting. That is where I'm going to start my team apology here for what we're heading into week 3 into week 4. So, Michael, who's the team that deserves your apology today?
The only team I can remember picking against that won was Springfield, so I apologize to them. I think that was like the first time I've seen them in live action, and they are the absolute real deal. So sorry to Tiger Nation.
Billy, team apologies.
First off, I only missed 3 games this week, and second off, I don't owe apology to nobody. Be better, make me pick you, and you're welcome for the motivation.
Quinn, team apologies.
I'm not going to be like that.
I think we all know who you need to apologize to.
I ain't apologizing for anybody.
I think somebody owes an
That
apology
boy,
to their
Quinn.
alma mater.
Never apologize to sign
I
a
will never pick Canfield. You could go play whoever. I'm not picking Canfield.
Well,
Telling
I
that
think
right now.
you at least owe them an apology for picking against them.
No.
He's got that Billy Mack loyalty.
He
Not-
does. Yeah,
not
they're starting to look
apologizing.
like stepbrothers. You know what I mean? We
Good for
got
them. They beat New Philly.
We
Good
got
for
a
them.
belly full of
I
white
actually
dog
have
food.
a stepbrother.
Gotcha. Romo, you really don't have to apologize. Is there anybody else you want to apologize to?
Not right now. I mean, I watched the stream Friday. I wasn't able to appear. I wasn't home until like half an hour into the show, but no, I think I had a perfect slate of picks Friday in my head.
In your in your head,
In my
not
head.
documented. All right,
In my
Jamie,
head.
who do you have to apologize to?
Well, obviously, the easy way out would be to apologize to Springfield, but I don't think they deserve it. I'd probably have to give it to Ursuline. I picked against them 3
Yeah, you
times
do.
already. They beat me twice, so I guess I'll apologize to the good old Fighting Irish up there.
Yeah, I
Fredo?
kept giving him updates in the booth Friday, and the look on his face was not great when
Could
I'm not sure if that was
Ursuline kept running it up.
Could
I
not
wasn't
believe
sincere
it.
enough for you, Billy.
Let's go to Ty Bartel. What do you got, Ty?
I don't know if I have any apologies due or not. I'm pretty sure I got a lot of the picks that I picked right last week. I guess the one thing I wanted to I guess say is about Cheney, because it seemed like everyone was against him. I wasn't. I said that Cheney game was going to be one that they could sneak up on Fitch, and I think they really showed up, and they showed that even though they're 0-3, they really don't play like an 0-3 team. Right?
Yeah, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, their team's incredible, and what a Coach Emil has going over there. They have an incredible team over there.
Bobby Fischer? I don't
Yeah.
know what is that?
Does anybody know who Bobby Fischer is?
He's a
Was
football
he
coach.
born before 1976?
He's not a football player. He was a world champion chess player.
Oh gosh.
About right.
Ty, you were 22-5 last week, so not bad. Billy Mack though leading the house, 23-4.
Of course I would. You somehow missed 14 picks that I have, but that's okay.
That wasn't me week 1. That wasn't me. I told you. The yellow notepad doesn't lie, and I didn't do it week 1. So I would have to apologize to Garfield. I took Brookfield. I know I was the lone wolf on that one, hoping that Brookfield would show up, but they didn't. And Garfield is the real deal, and they're going to get a big test this week.
You need to apologize to Bobby Fischer, and you spelled his name wrong.
Shocker.
Fischer. Grand
Not
chess
like
master.
Fisher Big Wheels.
You come out here with a zing, you can't even spell his name right?
Oh boy, here we go. Here he goes. He's gone. He's gonna Google it. Should we wait for you, Paul? Do you want us to wait for you?
Spell it again, Billy Mack.
Fischer.
Can I put an emoji on here? Is anybody going to be offended?
Yeah, do not. We've done enough offending over the weekend, idiot. Eric Bailey saying should have taken the opportunity to get better internet. What are you doing?
Show, Eric.
What are you doing? All right, moving on. Yeah, here it is. Welcome to my life. That is a perfect. What is that? A chess piece?
Well, that's better than the one I wanted to put on there.
Yeah, that's probably right. All right, so let's go this route. Let's go high school recap. Guys, we had a lot of games up for grabs in week 3. Some we won, some we lost. Some teams showed up that we were kind of, I mean, the Cheney-Fitch game was the most interesting to me by far, outside of maybe the Salem game, that Salem ended up getting the victory by 1. When you look at Cheney, they were playing with all their emotions and everything on their sleeve. Ty, you were there. Talk to us about what you saw from that Cheney game and Fitch coming back down 14-0 at halftime.
I think obviously now I think the rivalry is definitely renewed between the West Side rivals between Cheney and Fitch, and I think that's going to be nothing but great for high school football. And honestly, what I saw Cheney doing what they need to do to beat Fitch, and that's get to the quarterback. You saw Sherwood was pressured a lot first half and a lot of the third quarter too. Didn't really have a lot of time to get his throws off. But the wizardry of Coach Parker, he pulled out some gutsy plays. He had an onside kick that was able to be recovered twice in the game, once in the fourth quarter and once in the first quarter. He did a fake punt formation and got both of those to work out for him. And Devin Sherwood was able to come away and, came up big time when he needed to be big time. Only had one passing touchdown, but it was the touchdown that mattered that gave him the lead, and Fitch was able to hold it. It was a big grit and grind game by both teams, and it was just cool football, and it was a game you'd really appreciate watching it.
No, I mean, that's one of our Armstrong primetime matchups this week. Armstrong each week takes 1 or 2 games from our lineup on the weekend and shares it the entire next week. So we're going to have that game as well as the Salem game. So congratulations, Ty Bartell, for being chosen for that game. Unbelievable matchup. It really, really was. Excited to see it. I watched the entire thing back this morning, and it was fun. You and Scotty did a great job in the booth of calling that game. And also wanted to give a shout-out to Mr. McKenzie up here next to me in this box. You had the Springfield game, a little bit different call than you're used to with Beaver Local. Did you have fun with that on Friday night against McDonald?
Yeah, that was a pretty fun game. Of course, coming out of the first, that wasn't really too much of a game. Wait, what did you say, Billy?
You're so delayed.
I am really delayed. My internet cut out. My internet cut out really bad there for a second.
And all right, go get a different internet, and we'll let you back in the club here. He'll be back. Who else had you? Jamie, you guys had a pretty decent game, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Hubbard just kind of took it from the start and just beat the heck out of Lakeview, 42-0. But huge margin of victory for us. Wouldn't say it was that big of a win. Kind of expected it coming into the game, but Lakeview played hard all the way through. But Hubbard, honestly, just too much talent. TC and Kobe Krisick just took it to him. And this week, huge matchup against Girard.
Well, you guys saw that, the difference between Jefferson and Lakeview. I mean, I felt like, and I think you felt like, that there was a little bit of letting the foot off the pedal a little bit against Jefferson. And this week it wasn't the case. It was hammered down. Anthony, talk to me about what you saw, the difference in the Hubbard teams between weeks 2 and 3.
Well, first things first, I don't know if Hubbard running back TC Caffey, I don't know if he was injured at all against Jefferson because he only had 7 carries for like 40-something yards the entire game.
Okay.
And then by halftime, I know he was well past 100 yards rushing against Lakeview. And, I mean, that's Hubbard's main workhorse. We just usually have to give him the ball, and he does all the work for us. I'm just happy that Jamie and I didn't have to be stressed out in the booth for once because those first 2 games, they didn't especially this Jefferson game didn't go how we expected, and we were in the away booth. We were about an hour away from home. We were pretty out of place in a close game against Jefferson.
You don't like having a close game? I love close games.
I love having close games, just not. I don't know if I like them against Jefferson when it's a team that we're supposed to handle from beginning to end. It was just a nervous feeling because they currently have a 30+ game conference losing streak, and I just didn't want them to stop that against Hubbard. I would have just loved for us to just roll over.
They're an
That would've been
upcoming
crazy.
team. They're
They
on
are.
the move up.
I
Yeah.
do like Jefferson. I really do. I like that. I think they've got a great coach. I think they've got a great kind of outlook. They know who they are, and they know that there's some big upsets that they could really plant a seed, so to speak, into a problem for playoff hope. Well, not playoff hopes, but playoff seeding, I guess, is what you're looking at.
Yep.
Mike McKenzie, hopefully you're back. Hopefully you got a little bit better internet. Talk to us about the Springfield Tigers and how impressive they were on Friday night.
Man, they are absolutely the real deal. The state runner-ups, and it really shows. They are on a mission to get back to that state championship game. McDonald, just another little roadblock that they ran right over. Outside of the first quarter, it was not a game at all. 14-0 after one quarter. I believe it was 28-7 heading into halftime. They used the running game to their advantage a lot. Nesbeth was the main running back there. But Bo Brungard was very impressive through the air as well. They used, I believe it was a double reverse flea flicker pass to Nesbeth for 43 yards, and I think that was the final nail in the coffin. But yeah, Springfield, it's evident that they're on a mission to get back to that state championship.
Oh, it's exciting. McDonald, and that's the thing, is people said McDonald is the real deal this year, and they showed up, but Springfield just kind of put them back into the place that they needed to be in.
And I believe that McDonald was 2-3 against Springfield in the last 5 matchups heading into, or at least Springfield was 2-3 against McDonald. That was the only team Springfield had a losing record against over the past 5 years.
Springfield lost in a regular season
Was to
game, as
McDonald.
Jamie pointed out, was to McDonald in 2018, September 21st, 2018 to be exact. So very interesting. I still can't believe you didn't apologize to Tiger Nation, James. That disappoints me.
I did it for him.
It would have been, yeah. I didn't want to repeat, Michael. I felt like.
Listen to this guy.
I did it for him.
I was there, you. Maybe
The apology was on behalf of myself and Jamie Thompson.
He was a teamer all of a sudden. All of a sudden, he joins the team with his Cowboy shirt on. Billy Mack, you had a nice game. I mean, you were able to take in your second game here at YSN from the booth. Talk to me about what you saw and who impressed you.
I had the Jackson Milton Sebring game. Jackson Milton looked pretty good. They were pretty physical from the line of scrimmage, and they really got after it. But I was actually a little bit more because Jackson Milton got out to a 30-point lead at halftime, and coming out of the second half, that clock was running, and Sebring fought back and got that time to kind of stop. They were a 20-point game there and started making some moves. And starting to build on plays and starting to figure out a little bit of an offense to get to the edge a little bit more. And once they got to the edge, Jackson Milton had a hard time keeping up with it. Fortunately, time ran out, so Sebring was probably 2 quarters too late.
And that's the trouble in talking to Coach Seidel is their offense is predicated on being able to beat people up, and essentially by the time you get to the fourth quarter, you either are ahead or you've run out of time. So you hit the nail right on the head there, Billy Mack. And a guy that's going to be calling the Sebring game this week, Quinn, another successful week for you in the booth. Who impressed you in week 3 and why?
From the game I had, it was Camel and Newton Falls. And, Camel just was really explosive. Their quarterback was able to run for a lot of yards. But, outside of that, the only other thing that really impressed me was Canfield. I hate saying it, but it was Canfield.
Ursuline was impressive.
Not to me. I expect Ursuline to do good. So, Canfield surprised me, plain and simple.
So you won't apologize to him, but you'll give him credit because they surprised you.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. I'm not going to apologize. I don't want to apologize for anything.
Well, that's true. That's absolutely true. Paul, you had a flurry of scores from all around the valley. You were doing your PA thing on Friday night. Who impressed you? And I think I've got an inkling of who it's going to be.
I mean, obviously, being a homer, I'm going to say the Raiders impressed me. I mean, Niles is supposed to be one of the better teams in the league. I mean, they did lose some people, but they're still a big school and they're still a big team. And South Range pretty much just handled them from top to bottom. And I don't see really any other team in the league who might get in their way of them, running the table. So as long as they stay healthy, which their guys are getting healthy again. And I mean, Mike Skrpak, or not Mike Skrpak, that's his dad, Billy Skrpak, stepping in there and just did a phenomenal job. I mean, throwing a net, that was impressive because, Michael Patron is some big shoes to fill. He had big shoes to fill of Isaacs and right down the line. And Billy had no problem doing it. First couple plays, he had some miscommunications, but after they got on track, I mean, it was just so cool. They just kind of dismantled Niles from head to toe, like I said. And it's going to be a rough time for a team to try to beat them this year, especially in the league. So we'll see what happens.
Billy the Kid is legit. I'll tell you that right now. And it's hard to live up to what some of the quarterbacks have done, as you said, Paul. But Skrpak stepped in, and by the second drive, he was commanding the offense, and very, very well. He's got a nice arm on him as well, so you can't just stack the box or he's going to beat you there. But South Range has a ton of playmakers, just absolutely all over the board. So it's the one I'm looking forward to. I don't want to go too far down the line, but that Hubbard game is going to be pretty interesting, I gotta say. I'm really looking forward to that one. So it's going to be obviously it's going to be fun watching that team play. But I gotta say, Zach Leonard's pretty daggone good too. That's not hidden. We know that he was going to be a top quarterback in the NE8 in the area, and given time, Zach Leonard will pick you apart like no other. So
he was impressive. He was getting the ball there. I mean, he was just smooth with his release, and his receivers were doing their job and making the catches. They just didn't convert on some things when they needed to. But yeah, I mean, he was very impressive. And like I said, the couple of his guys he was throwing to, I mean, he put that ball right on the money, and the defenders a lot of times for South Range are having a problem. But I think just the wear and tear of the ground pound that South Range has kind of wore on them a little bit, and they were able to take advantage of that. So
Chase Sudzine is a nice little receiver, and he also does kicking. So I mean, he's great to have, kind of almost another Clayton Medvec. If you were to draw a comparison, he's the Niles version of Springfield's Clayton Medvec. So would love to see what he's got up his sleeve for the rest, or I guess in his sock for the rest of the season, being that he's a kicker as well. I gotta say, guys, the one team that I've really come to love over the last 3 weeks and have come out of absolutely nowhere are the United Local Golden Eagles. My goodness, can they sling the football? When your quarterback's name is Brutus, you gotta be good. There's an expectation there, and Brutus Ogilvie is slinging the ball all over the yard, and I think he had another 300, 400-yard game on Friday night. He's on his way to breaking all kinds of records, and I think, if not already, that Keaton Baker, the receiver for United Local, is on his way to breaking all kinds of receiving records this year. He had another 200-plus yard night for the Eagles on Friday. So excited to see them again and again on YSN. It's as easy as ysnlive.com/United, and you can watch those games as well. You can watch them the day after for as little as $2.99 and save yourself $7 or so to be able to watch them. So another great week on the network, and again, it keeps showing. We just keep breaking record after record after record, so we want to thank everybody for their support, the sponsors that are coming on, the sponsors that have been there, and the sponsors that remain strong with YSN. We can't thank you enough, and the people that just keep on coming out. YS Nation keeps getting stronger and stronger. So as we always do, we start out with local, and then we move to regional and national. We were going to talk about the NFL and the picks. Obviously, tonight there's some team playing from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're gonna watch that closely. The majority of us, some of us for good reasons because we like the team, some of us because we're just absolutely miserable and we hate the Steelers. So
I would never watch them unless they play the Browns.
Okay.
I think I gotta wash my hair tonight.
Time.
Do you wash your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, I figured you would just be scouting new teams, Billy.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Don't
that's what I
you ever
thought.
go to that team, Billy.
Stumped
He's
him.
gonna move over to the Titans bandwagon.
He's stumped. All right. Yeah, there's 2 games on tonight, right?
Yes, Titans, Broncos follows
Titans,
Steelers,
Broncos.
Giants.
Okay, so there's two games on tonight. We'll talk about those games, and we will talk about the chaos that was Week 1 in the NFL. No politics, no BS, just straight football. When we come back, we'll take a break. We'll pay some bills and make some sponsors really happy right here on the YSN Power Hour. Right after this.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is here, so it's all hands on deck to make sure your plan still meets your needs for 2020.
Call us today.
Friday night, it's fresh limousine. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, like I'm living the dream. Platform shoes, strut down the street. It's gonna get hot in here, I hope you can handle the heat.
Over the years, you watched us grow, and as we've done, so has the Myers Family Insurance team.
Thanks to all of you who have trusted our families to help you with your Medicare needs.
Myers Family Insurance looks forward to helping you now for years to come. So call our family today and remind them how cute we are.
Myers Family Insurance continues to be the area's resource for all your Medicare and retirement needs. Call today, 330-286-3044.
Hey, and welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. I saw Jamie change into is that an Alvin Kamara jersey?
Yeah, I had to put on the Camara.
He got me 20-some points in a couple of leagues yesterday. So
Hey, how did you do yesterday, McNuggies?
this league, I got absolutely smacked by Paul, but in my other leagues, I had a 12-4 record. So overall, not a bad fantasy day.
Okay.
In any other league.
And Ty Bartell served me up a nice can of ass whooping, straight up like Austin Town style.
McNuggies ass whooping not done yet because I still have I got Henry that's got to run around tonight too. I might score 180 points tonight.
Tonight?
Total. Sorry, I might hit 180 points.
How many you got? Like 160 something?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we're about to check it.
Quinn, how do you like my hat?
It's a nice St. Louis Cardinal.
It is a Canfield Cardinal.
Whatever.
Yeah, Paul's at 165. I'm at 104. So, I mean, I got Saquon, but he's getting shut down by the Steelers defense. So,
well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute, McNuggie, so don't get ahead of yourself. Let's talk about the NFL picks. I guess not picks, but the week that was in the NFL. Do we start out with the Browns or do we end with the Browns? It's your choice. I'll let Quinn decide.
Doesn't crap usually come out at the end?
Well, sure does. So let's go ahead and start out with your Raiders, Paul. A little bit of a scare down the end there. How you feeling about the Las Vegas Raiders? Week 1, knowing that you got 15 more weeks of this.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking. I mean, they jumped out, had a good lead, and thought they were going to handle Carolina there, and they kind of fell short a little bit. I mean, I'm sorry, Carolina really kind of gave that one away. I mean, you've got 4th inches, and I think everybody at home watching figured, okay, McCaffrey's going to have the ball, and they hand it to a fullback, and he gets stuffed at the line. So I'll take it. It was good. And I had Jacobs in my fantasy league, and he ran like a mother. So I was happy about that.
I had him in a diff league, and that actually won me the game there. So
You guys are like the two people I hate the most because I hate when people go, "Well, I had him in my fantasy league." Like be loyal. You sound like Billy. That's what you sound like. You both sound like Billy. Right
I'm loyal to my fantasy team. And honestly, Steelers comes first. I don't know why I didn't bench Barkley, honestly. Like, I hope he puts up negative points for me.
So if the Steelers come first, then you'll bench Barkley right now.
All right. Let me see if there's I'm going to go. I'm losing anyway. Let's do it. I'm going to do it.
Do it in a week where you're in the other team are like tied or something, then bench one of your star players.
I don't care if it's a fantasy championship and my running back needs 5 points. I will root for the Steelers to put him against negative.
I don't care what anybody says about your generation, McNuggies. That is a loyalty move right there.
Yeah, you need
How do you feel about that one?
Here we go.
It took somebody else to do it. It wasn't his idea.
We're gonna bench Saquon Barkley for Benny Snell, and it actually won't let me save the move, so that kind of sucks.
Because even the draft service knows they're sitting there.
No, I think it's because of because a lot of games already played.
12:30 on Sunday.
Snell already played?
No, Snell plays tonight.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what team Benny Snell's on?
Here we go. He's on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
On my team, so no.
Here we go. I'm just gonna leave it open.
Oh, he's just leave the slot open.
Yeah.
Why not?
That works.
And Jacobs is a Raider. So what was it? I mean, I was staying loyal to the Raiders.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, relax.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Take that.
I hate when people put fantasy over reality. That's what bothers me. With no money on the line, by the way. We're not exchanging any money. There's nothing on the line here.
I think it's very satisfying personally when I win a fantasy league. That's just me.
Are you even legally allowed to do fantasy yet?
Well, I created my ESPN account and I put in my actual birth date, so technically yes.
As long as there's no money, I guess, right?
Uh-huh.
So there you go. All right.
Was he paying us in Snickers then?
I don't care. I mean,
I ain't paying you
I don't
nothing.
think you'd return one away, would you, Bobby?
No.
All right, Jets and Bills. Bills win 27-17 over the Jets. Are the Bills the team that we all think they are, or the Jets just really bad, and the Bills were able to get a kind of a week 1 speed bump?
Jets are trash. Easy enough. Jets trash. Sam Darnold is trash. Josh Allen looked really fast, but he still cannot throw the ball. I mean, he had a man wide open in the back of the end zone and just launched it like 15 yards over his head.
He's trying to hit the imaginary fans. That's who he was throwing to. But I feel like the Bills should have won that game by way more than 10 points, honestly.
I felt like the Browns score should have been Bills' score because
Absolutely.
the Jets are that bad, just that bad. But they still had some good offense towards the end of the game. They would have put points up in the third and fourth quarters. I mean, they made adjustments, and that other team we just discussed, or at least alluded to, didn't. Jamie, we have people that are calling for your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys, and I will clear the board for you. Here you go, my friend.
I guess I got to start off with the decision to go for it on 4th and 3 by Mike McCarthy. Jason Garrett, for the last, I don't even know, what was it, 8-10 years, something like that. There's been so many times where I've been sitting there screaming at the television, why are we not going for it? And for the first time last night, I was yelling at the television, what the hell are we doing? I could not believe that decision. It didn't work out. Luckily, it was a Buckeye who stopped them, so it didn't hurt that much. But
Jordan Fuller, baby.
Such a cowboy response. Because it's just a typical cowboy move. You complain when the coach doesn't go for it, and you complain when he does. It's just a cowboy move.
Whoa.
DJ, that doesn't even warrant a response.
Oh my gosh. The Cowboy fan response? Like, what?
Yeah.
I want to wait till we get to that Cleveland. Huh?
They're just whining. You can't win with Cowboys.
Who's whining right now. Am I whining? DJ, am I whining? Does anybody think I'm whining?
Nope.
I told you, I don't agree with the decision.
If he was a Cowboys fan whining, he'd be all like, that's not offensive pass interference. That's whining Cowboy fan today.
I knew it was offensive PI. You could ask. I'm sitting there with my brother, and I swear I'll throw it out there a little bit. As soon as I saw the flag, I was irate because I knew it was the right call. But Ramsey did sell it a little bit. It is what it is.
Okay. So we're gonna move on. Jamie, did you get it all out about the Cowboys?
Well, we're just gonna leave it at that. We'll leave it
Part
at
two.
that. That's fine.
Commence.
Okay. All right. The Los Angeles Rams, I honestly think, are going to be a pretty solid team this year. So I'm not that upset with the loss. If we would have gotten beat by like 40 points against, maybe the Ravens or something like that, maybe I'd have been a little more pissed off. But Rams are legit. That defensive line is sweet. And honestly, I think the Rams did a better job of executing their offensive plan against our good defensive line than what we did against them with Aaron Donald and all of their weapons.
Aaron Donald was breaking double teams.
I saw that.
It's impressive.
All right, so here we go. On to the Cleveland Browns, because this is going to be beautiful. We're at 36 minutes. Look at this bad take. Says Chandler Green.
We'll see how Chandler feels when the Giants win tonight, though.
Whoa.
I mean, he's not lying.
The Giants are going to win?
Honestly, I don't think so, but just react to Chandler.
It would be fun to watch Saquon put the team on his back, but
Chandler's a Steelers guy.
Saquon's put the team on his back for 2 years, and they
Chandler's
still
my
haven't been
guy.
able to
He's on my
consistently
squad
win.
then.
hey man,
I'm
maybe
okay with
tonight's his night. You never know.
All right. 38-6. The Ravens go 1-0 over the Cleveland Browns. The Browns score 6 points in the first quarter and throw up goose eggs the rest of the way. I promised Billy Mack he could have the last take on this and the floor, so we will start with you both have like the surrender cobra thing going on right now.
Jamie needs to do it. We'll get a win here.
What?
Yeah, tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. What? Wait, what? There we go.
What is it with you in board games right now? Like
Winners.
Okay, Quinn, you're up.
I'll take whatever win I can get on this Monday.
All right, Quinn, go ahead. Talk about your Browns.
We stink. We stunk. What was that coach from the Colts? Was that Jim Mora? Couldn't do diddly poo? That was us. We stink. The only thing we could do was run the football on the Ravens. It's promising. That's promising. Baker stunk. Couldn't kick worth shit. We're terrible. Absolutely terrible in that first game. So that's okay because we got the Bengals next week. So we'll unleash a can of whoop ass on the Bengals.
The who?
You'll see. They lost 3. Ohio was 0-2 yesterday, so I'm not impressed. Good for Burrow. He had a 23-yard touchdown run. Whoop-de-doo.
Joe Burrow was impressive.
Should have won the game, probably.
He's more impressive.
I think he should have won the game.
Joe Burrow.
What's that, Quinn?
Burrow. I'm not impressed with Burrow yet.
Why?
It was week 1.
Against the Chargers defense. They're actually a pretty damn good defense.
When the line starts to crumble like the Bengals line always does and Burrow starts running for his life, then tell me how good he is.
Okay, so just by that particular response, I'm going to guess you didn't watch any of the game.
I am not impressed by Joe Burrow.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
It was 1 week.
Did you watch the game?
I'm not going to jump to conclusions about Joe Burrow.
You're not answering my question.
He definitely didn't watch the game.
They did not watch the game. Did not watch the game.
Definitely didn't.
I'm with Silvesco on this. Bad take.
That was
bad take.
Don't care. I'm not impressed with Joe Burrow.
You didn't
Burrow
even watch
was
the
running
game.
for his life yesterday.
You watched one play, probably on the.
It was a 23-yard touchdown run. That's the only play you watched.
If Burrow was so great, why didn't they win?
He drove them down the field.
Because Bullock cramped up going to kick the game-tying field goal.
Tying, not winning.
Is that on Joe Burrow?
0-1. Doesn't matter.
You're 0-1 too.
That's fine. I expected to be 0-1.
Quinn
We expected the Bengals
everything.
to be 0-1.
All right, so here's the deal.
Into the backfield, Baker Mayfield to throw his pass. It's deflected and picked off.
Where is that coming from? Where did that come from?
I was not surprised in the slightest when he
Who
threw
had
that
that?
pick.
Mike, was that you?
Who was that? We have to credit that whenever you use that.
No.
Who used it?
It wasn't me.
Maybe it was one of my talents.
Oh.
I don't
It
know.
wasn't me.
I had up ESPN. Maybe that's what that
The
was.
timing was perfect. Oh, let's credit ESPN on that.
Maybe that's what that was. I don't know.
Credit ESPN.com so we don't get sued. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Ty, what's your take on the Cleveland? You look like you're like angry with that new beard.
Honestly,
Or build a barn, one of the two.
Yeah, honestly, I hate that more than anything. I'm neutral with the Browns as a team. It's kind of what I expected. I said that the excuse last year was it was Freddie Kitchens. They needed tight end help. They needed offensive line help. They got both of those in this season. And I think now you look at Baker Mayfield, and I think all the magnifying glasses are on him. And it's like, is this guy real deal? And I mean, he really did not show up week 1. So, yeah, I mean, you still got a good backup in Case Keenum that was able to take that Vikings team to an NFC championship. It might be, I say if the Browns go 0-2, 0-3, I'd call his number because you still have a chance to salvage the season at that point.
So here's the crazy part. You talked about the tight end play. Austin Hooper, they paid him like the most for any tight end ever. He got 2 targets for 15 yards. That's scary. And Njoku got 3 targets for 28 yards and a tutty.
Now he's on the IR.
He's on the IR now.
Njoku?
Yep.
Yeah, they just put him on the IR this morning.
Wow. Is he hurt?
Knee injury.
Vaginitis.
I don't know.
Vaginitis.
He looked pretty doggone good yesterday.
It was vaginitis. Same with Odell.
Is that the same thing? Does Pepto solve that, Quinn?
No, but Odell I think has some poo in his eye, so it's okay.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody. Where's Scotty at to make fun of my Ben? What is happening?
There it is.
Not me.
Who is that?
Can't be me because I closed literally all my tabs.
It's not me.
It was me. I turned on the Browns thing, so credit ESPN.com. Jamie, you were probably on ESPN whenever, because that was the same clip.
Yeah, I had like 9 different tabs open from after my statistics class this morning. So,
all right, so that's where I want to get the information. All right, let's clear the field because this show has gone completely off the rails. Nobody's watching. Let's go to Billy Mack and let him have the floor to talk about the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns, they're just ass. Okay? It's just that simple. Baker stinks. I don't need to hear another word from Baker. I don't need to hear how, well, let me see this excuse. Well, we didn't have, and the media is to blame. The media opened up last night with a question after the game was, how difficult is it to prep for a game when you didn't have an off season? That is the dumbest thing I've heard. Just be better. How about not throw into traffic? Okay? How about throw the ball out of bounds? How about be better than you were last year about all you do is scramble to the right, which the Ravens came out and said, hey, that's all he does is scramble to the right. What'd you do yesterday? Scramble to the right, force the ball into traffic or throw the ball out of bounds. He's terrible. He's just terrible. He has no decision-making skills. The Cleveland Browns as an organization have no idea what to do with talent, period. Now, anybody can argue how good Odell is and Landry and Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and Njoku and all the 12,000 tight ends that we have, apparently. They just don't know what to do. So with all this veteran talent that they got and proven talent in free agencies and trades, what do? They hire another rookie head coach! Another rookie head coach!
Don't scare your dogs. Your dogs are going to get scared.
Head coach! Hey, figure it out! I don't even know how to run a practice as a head coach. I'm supposed to deal with Odell? This bullshit?
Billy Mack's dogs are hiding under the bed right now.
A rookie head coach! Another one!
You want to hire Kellen Moore next year?
It's just dumb! It's dumb! The Browns are stupid! And us and all these fans, we buy jerseys for terribleness! We just go ahead and go, hey, the Browns are going to be really good, and then they stink. Hey, April comes around, ClevelandBrowns.com. Go buy tickets. Because why not? We're stink. Get over it. I said it earlier this year. I said, one way the Browns are going to be good is if they change their name, they change their stupid colors, they fire every single person there. The owner gives up his rights to the team and gives it to the homeless guy in the corner because apparently that's how we got Johnny Manziel.
Your dog is concerned.
It's just dumb. I'm sick of it. We stink. And I'm supposed to root for the Browns because I'm supposed to be loyal to my team. I'm supposed to root for that because I live in Northeast Ohio. Get out of here. Get out of here with that bull. I ain't got time for that. Don't bring me that low crap. You stink. I don't have to root for you. It's that simple. It's that simple.
You good?
You want to watch the game someday?
Nope.
Please.
Today, and I'm gonna be on suicide watch.
We're getting comments. Too many Red Bulls.
Bang. They're Bang, by the way.
Bang. They should be an official sponsor. We got one here, too. Anthony Romo, Browns fan, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
He's been quiet. He's like,
he has been quiet. I don't know how you follow that up, but, sir, the floor is yours.
Well, I think it's time for Case Keenum, honestly, because just everything was a debacle yesterday. The play calling, we were having good rushing plays the first drive with Chubb. He was just slamming it right down the gut. And then we go down a couple of scores, and then Baker gets put in a position where he hasn't targeted Odell yet. So then, like, for the next two drives, every single throw was to Odell. But Baker's problem is he couldn't hit the ocean if he was standing on the edge of the beach. His throws were just all over the place. The play calling was poor. And then we're down like 3 or 4 scores, so we try to run the ball again with Chubb and Hunt, and we just ran stretch right for like 3 straight plays, and we got swallowed up in the backfield every single time. It wasn't a great performance all around. Our secondary, I don't know what happened to Denzel Ward. I didn't hear his name called once yesterday. It wasn't great.
Did he play?
Yeah, he couldn't play.
I think he played. And then Njoku gets hurt again for like the 7th time since we've drafted him. He had a really nice catch. He high pointed the ball really well. And then this morning I look at my phone and he's on the IR.
Yeah, I told Poe on his show that he almost got a phone call from me yesterday when I'm watching that game because Njoku's taking the most beatings from our guys, from Poe, and saying that he can't catch a ball. And yesterday, I'll be honest, I think he was one of your top performers. You know?
Yeah, I'm a huge Njoku fan. I've really liked him since the moment we drafted him. He has like no body fat. He's huge. He can't stay healthy.
I don't think he made a case, and I'm talking about Ron Patesta. He made a case this morning saying that Cleveland's going to be just fine because they have a running game. I have concerns that the split backfield is not going to be good for Cleveland.
Nick Chubb like never shows any emotion. Yesterday was the first time I've probably seen him show emotion on the sidelines. Like we have to turn it around quick before he requests a trade and goes to a good ball club, because I'm sure there will be teams asking for him, and then we'll get like a 7th round pick in return for him.
McNuggets, got anything to say about that trade? Because you usually know where
about a Nick Chubb trade.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I want to see what James Conner does this year, quite honestly.
Typically McNuggets is the guy that goes, the Steelers will take him. I'm
not sure I want Nick Chubb. He's a great back, but
coming out of your mouth right now.
Whoa.
Is James Conner's better than Nick Chubb?
No, I don't think that.
Okay, next.
Personally, just from like a fan standpoint,
we're good, Mike. We're good.
Well, I mean,
from a store, I know Nick Chubb is better than James Conner. I'm not that blind and stupid.
Here's
Billy.
the thing, though: 10 carries, 60 yards. If James Conner decides to ball out tonight against the Giants and goes for 100,
it's the Giants.
I want. Hey,
Come on.
DJ, before we can make an actual statement that James Conner is better than Nick Chubb, he needs to ball out for 5 straight weeks better than Nick Chubb does. If he can do it for 5 straight weeks, yes, that argument's
What
going to be
did-
made.
what did he do
But
last-
1 week facing against the Ravens, 1 week when Chubb faces against the Ravens, who are arguably a top 5 defense, and Connor's going up against the Giants, who are one of the worst defenses in the NFL, I think that there's a considerable, disadvantage to Chubb there, quite honestly. And the Steelers have a better offensive line.
Well, there's no David DeCastro. Keep that in mind this week. So you're out your Pro Bowl left guard to play.
Okay.
So we got it. Look at that, a Giants fan. I don't know where this.
All right.
All right, we got a Giants fan chiming in.
Why does that look like a name for like Jeff's burner account?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't know
Oh,
why,
God.
but I feel like the Betos watch is on.
And Jeff comments right after.
It still sucks. But DeAndre Swift is the most hated man in Detroit currently.
I'll say this: at least we're not the Lions. At least we get blown off the field. That's
No, we just go 0-16. Well, the Lions went 0-16 too.
yeah. They went on 16. Their draft. They took Matthew Stafford.
Well, what does give me hope, though,
Hold on.
what does give me hope for the Browns, I must say, is coming into this season with our schedule, besides the Ravens, we do have our opponents have the weakest record from last year. Like our first 8 games are against some of the weakest competition.
Are you sure? I thought it went. I thought 32 was Ravens in terms of 2019 win percentage. 31 was Steelers, and 30 was Browns. Even if all the AFC North teams are
one of the easiest schedules.
all the AFC North teams have the easiest schedule.
The only way that makes sense and the only way that has validation is in like baseball, because you don't have as much turnover in baseball as you do in football. Football is set up so the next year things equal out a little bit with the player draft.
Yeah.
Football, I hate that stat. ESPN beats that one into the ground, and I just I say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the way it is, because you get a Joe Burrow.
Because the same teams go to the playoffs every year. That's why.
Well, I mean, the 49ers made the Super Bowl last year after going 3-13, and they're about to go 4-12.
Quarterback was hurt that year. That year they went.
Jimmy G has blown 2 straight games for San Francisco.
It doesn't matter. Their quarterback was hurt. They had Blaine Gabbert, who beat Colin Kaepernick out.
Anybody
This
can
is
beat
why-
Colin
this
Kaepernick
is
out in
why
the league.
Jeff's never going to be a head coach anywhere.
He must have juju for his fantasy team.
Who knows? Who knows?
Let's find out.
His nicknames are the MILF Hunters. So, like, it's
His back must hurt.
my thing with that stat is the NFL can change from one year to another way faster than any single.
in Cleveland.
Jeff does have juju, by the way.
Naturally. I mean, Cleveland can do it too. I mean, you saw they went from
They're
0-16 to
They're incapable of winning games.
0-16 to what? 4-12?
was it 4-12?
No, I don't think it was.
They cannot flip around. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they had an in-between year between 0-16 and then miraculously 7-8-1.
We tend to go 3-13 almost every year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a 3-13?
I say 4-12.
This could be a 3-13, 4-12 year for the Browns. Do you feel that way? Or I mean, Patessa seems to think they're still 9-7.
There's no way we're 9-7.
5-11.
I'm actually with Quinn on that. I'll give him 5-11.
I think the Bengals are going to teach a lesson to the Browns on Thursday night.
I think the Bengals teach a lesson to the Browns when they go to Cincinnati.
I don't know. I think Joe Burrow.
I say they split.
I'm a Joe Burrow fan, though.
Bengals teach anybody.
What's that?
It's just going to be the worst game ever on Thursday Night Football. That's what you.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
I'm not going to watch it. I got nobody in fantasy. I've steered clear of everybody in the AFC North except for Steelers players. The Bengals and Browns are going to pose a minimal threat to the Steelers. I've got no reason to watch that game.
All right, here we go. Pick them tonight. Steelers, Giants. Let's go. I'm going to take on Steelers. Mac, who do you got?
Pass.
Okay. Tie. Okay.
You're just gonna skip Jamie like
this? Isn't 2018.
No, I tie. Not going to tie.
Yeah, they're going to tie. Sorry, Ty. We forgot that your name was Ty.
I gotta wash my hair.
Jamie.
I gotta go with Steelers.
Ty.
My heart wants the Giants. My money's on the Steelers.
Quinn.
Don't care. Pass.
Anthony?
Love it.
Since I have no money on the game, I'm just going to root for the Giants. So I'm going to say Giants.
Okay.
Paulie?
Where's the game at?
New York.
Giants.
Cool. Okay.
No fans, but if it was played in New York, I think it would get turned into a home game because these would be waving all over the place because the
Michael,
Steelers
can
are
I
the
get
best
that
traveling
towel?
team in football. Steelers all day long.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Can I get that towel, please?
Huh?
I need that towel. This toilet paper's not good enough.
No, I think you can just do it on Odell.
He'd enjoy that too much.
He would.
That was an awesome comment right there. I
That
just
was
served
good.
it up to you, Quinn. How did that shit burger taste?
That
I
was
didn't even read it. I couldn't pay attention.
that was kind of a good one.
That was
I
a really
didn't pay
good one.
attention to
That
it.
was.
And by the way, Jeff mixed it up. They went 0-16. Wait, no, never mind. Jeff's right.
They won 1-15 and then 0-16.
Look at that.
Right?
Thank
No,
you,
Nuggies
Taylor. I love you
continues to be
too.
a fan favorite.
I love you too. Love all my fans.
All right, and you said the second game was the Broncos and
Titans.
Titans. Give me the Broncos. Mac.
Titans.
James.
I'll go Titans.
Ty.
Broncos.
Q.
Titans.
Oh, you care about this one, do you?
More than
Anthony.
the other one.
I'm excited to see how Drew Lock does for the Broncos this year, but I'm going to have to go Titans.
All right. I know that this is not going to go the way of the Broncos. Go ahead, Paul.
Nope. Can't root for the Broncos. Olivia likes them because they're horses, but I'm not rooting for them. I got Derrick Henry, baby. Let's go.
What are they
Stack
playing?
up some more points on McNuggies.
McNuggies.
I got to go Tennessee. Too many injuries for Denver. Von Miller's out. Cortland Sutton's going to be out.
Now, scary enough, it is time for our G. Burby Farms What's Your Beef. I promised Mac he could go last, so we'll go ahead. Everybody in front of him. Here we go. EB chiming in. Unless you're a female, McNuggies doesn't like his female fan base. So let's go with this. Mike, you want to go first? Kick us off?
Sure. I want to save this for tomorrow, but I can't. Anybody who says Ben's washed, I don't want to hear anybody coming back off that take when he throws for 3 touchdowns tonight. So
Make sure you're on tomorrow if he does do terrible, okay?
absolutely, it's an away golf match, so I won't be going. I will be on, and I will be wearing.
Awesome.
I'll be
Love
wearing
to
my I'll be wearing my Minka jersey. I gotta put the TJ Watt one on for the game.
Love to hear that.
Go ahead, Bobby.
My beef is with anybody out there who we just finished up week 3 here on YSN for high school football, and mine is with any of these people that are out there that are still complaining and putting on our posts that, like, you know, they can do better than us and you know that we're terrible. And I mean, listen, put your money where your mouth is. Come on, come aboard. You know, come work for us. You know, we'll see what you can do. I mean, we are out there busting our butt, and we got plenty of people out there that love what we do. And there's still these people out there that are just bad mouthing us up and down. And I'm getting kind of tired of it. And I don't know, just really bothers the crap out of me because, listen, if you think you can do better, come down to EP and sign up.
Now taking applications, right?
Join the YSN family, because when you shit the bed, then we can say that it was actually you that was terrible.
All right, too far, Michael Scott. Too far. Too much information. Anthony Romo, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I guess I can add on to what Paul said. I mean, people still, are bad mouthing us, but I know for Jamie and I can speak for us. I know we don't just sit there all week doing nothing and then get to the game right before and then start our broadcast and just freelance the whole time. We take time, like, looking at notes, and we make picks on games around the valley. Like, we put time into this, and at the end of the day, like, we're not on ESPN. We're still here having fun. We're still trying to build the brand one game at a time. So just give us time, and we learn as the games go on.
All right, Q, you're up.
My beef is a culmination of myself and my father, because he brought me into this world as a Browns fan, and now every Sunday and Monday I am absolutely miserable with my life. And come Tuesday I'll be better, but until then, thanks, Dad. You really screwed me on that one.
The question is, he's probably going to be worse actually tomorrow. He's actually going to be worse tomorrow.
I'll be better tomorrow.
Well, when the Steelers win.
I don't care about that team.
Quinn, just think your
Very
miserable
obsessive.
day is going to start on Thursday instead of starting on Sunday.
And I'll be better by Saturday. So it's all good. I get 2 days.
They get angry, Quinn, on Friday in Sebring.
Yeah.
So, all right, Ty Bartell, the floor is yours, my friend.
And my beef is going to actually go along with Paul. And it's people that if you're going to complain about the way our broadcasts are set up, know that our announcers take a tremendous amount of time. Me personally, I do a lot of research. Like my research for the games on Friday start on Monday, and it works up until Friday. I mean, working hours on the computer looking for any kind of stat, any kind of note, any kind of sound bite you could add to the game. And then it's when you sit there and complain about like the angles and how certain games are shot video wise. And I can't speak for every school, but I could say the ones that complain about Austintown Fitch. I just want to say that Matthew Coles is probably, giving him a shout out, one of the best videographers I've ever seen in my life. And this dude runs a 3 to 4 camera setup by himself. It's not even a team. He has students that'll run the cameras, but I mean, as far as the production value goes, Matthew Coles is one of the best in the business. And the fact that he does it by himself, I give him a lot of credit for what he does.
Yep, I agree with you. James.
For me, the beat's going to have to be with the Los Angeles Rams in that Cowboys game. I mean, it really did suck. I was cool the whole way through. I'm very passionate, so I tend to get very angry during games. But towards the end there, I felt it had a shot. And if it just would have went down any way besides how it went down with that offensive pass interference and Mike McCarthy going for it on 4th down, I think I would have been cool with it. So at the end of that, I kind of freaked out. Didn't throw anything, luckily, but I just got a beef with that. The outcome just sucked.
All right, I'll go next. And I hate to beat a dead horse, but it's what we deal with on a regular basis. A lot of complaints on Friday about whether it's our videography, whether it's this, that, the other thing. Listen, I've got no problem taking the heat. But when you start pointing fingers at my guys, that's where I've got an issue. If you want to point the finger at somebody, you point it at me. I'm the face. I'm the guy. I'm the one that continues to say brick by brick and all these slogans and all these mottos. And people want to say that we're getting rich, and I try to educate on where the money goes. We are not getting rich by any means. The $9.99 breaks down very differently if you look at where it goes. So my question for the people, and not to go what Paul said or what anybody else said, is this. We have a very easy application process where you can come down and sign up to be an announcer, to be a videographer, to help out, and guess what? You get into games for free. We are trying to provide a service to people who otherwise are not going to be able to watch the games. And typically, we do this for absolutely no cost outside of our sponsorships. It's our sponsors that take care of this. So when you're paying $9.99, you're paying for the equipment, the announcers, the streaming costs that are overwhelmingly large, and you're also paying for us to get to these games. Naturally, I live in East Palestine, and a lot of times it's 45 minutes to an hour to get to a game. And that's just not me. That's everybody you see here. So when you feel like complaining next time, and again, we have no problem, keep the comments and keep the punches above the belt. And if you go after my guys, know that I'm coming right back after you with facts. And this isn't going to be a fair fight because I have the facts, and a lot of times you don't. So just throwing that out there. If you want to come after my guys, you better have the gloves off. Billy Mack.
I got most of my stuff out, but I still left some stuff out. My beef is with the city of Cleveland. The city of Cleveland right now, the Indians are kind of basically they're trash. They can't hit. They should have traded Lindor at the break because next year in the offseason they're going to get probably next to nothing from him. Pretty much the same kind of deal they got for Clevenger. A whole bunch of guys who can't play this year or next year, and maybe who knows if they'll ever even make it on the team. They're 5-8 without Clevenger, and they've lost 6 in a row. So that's a good start there. Okay. Now to the Browns. I blame a combination of the fans, the media, and all the entitled players that are there. Mainly the entitled player of Odell, who hasn't really done anything as a member of the Cleveland Browns. The only player who's ever done any kind of real work has been Landry, so I'm not going to say anything about him. But Baker, you're trash. You throw into traffic. You're Brett Favre on steroids without all the good stuff behind him. Okay, at least Brett Favre had a cannon. You do not. You can't hit those little windows. Stop talking to the media because, one, you don't know what you're talking about, and two, nobody cares. Stop doing TV commercials, okay, and go win football games. Go complete drives. Don't throw in a triple coverage because you're trying to force the ball to Odell Beckham because he's crying in the locker room about not getting his touches. Leave that to the coach. Oh, we have a rookie coach for the 7th time in the last 10 years. I do feel bad for the fact that he's had 4 coaches in 3 years. Not my problem. Figure it out. You're a professional. Okay. And for the media who keeps giving these layups for excuses for the Browns to come back on and say, yeah, well, we didn't have this. We didn't have this. I didn't get a chance to do this. I'm tired of it. Quit giving these guys out. They're professionals. Okay. This is the worst sports town in America and has been for years. At least like down in Florida where guys don't show up, they figured it out. They stopped going. They're not stupid. We are in Cleveland because we continue to support these trash teams and they keep delivering average or below average success on the field. And at some point you got to say, screw it, I'm done. By the way, see you Thursday, Cleveland.
Cherry on top. Here's my cherry on top is we got a lot of people, well, interestingly enough, we had some people that were toting one of the games that was available during a live stream. We're going to have what, Paul, 26 this week, 27?
Yeah, something like that. We think we're 26, 27 every week.
Show me another place that does that locally, and I'll show you someone that we'll compete with. There you go. That's going to do it for the Power Hour on this Monday. Join us tomorrow, Tuesday, from 3 to 4, right here on ysnlive.com. And, Michael, you want to take us home?
Yes, I do. Let's go Steelers. They're going to beat the Giants tonight,
Goodbye.
and I can't wait for miserable Quinn and Billy tomorrow.
See you guys.